I want you to stop losing receipts and tame your paper trail if you are a small business owner. What does that look like if you are a solopreneur? What does that look like if you are a team? How can you implement a system for receipt management, paper management that your bookkeeper needs without it taking hours? I'm your solution. This video is the answer to your prayers. It starts as simple as ownership over what needs to be done. That is the first thing. To making any change, you have to own that you know that you need to make a change and that this needs to be done. You have to be an adult. You can't be a kid and say, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play. I'm going to take my ball and go home. You have to take ownership over it. That's the first key in any change. The second key is utilizing the tech that you have already in your hand when it's not upside down. I have implemented a system, not just within my own business, but also with my clients, where you take a quick picture of your receipt, and either a rule is set up to where it's gone to an album on your phone and then uploaded to a Google Drive folder, or it is emailed directly to QuickBooks. There are several ways that you can do it. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of each way right now. I'll do a separate video on each way later on. This is just coming to the realization that a system to tame your paper trail does not have to be difficult. It does not have to mean you just stuff it all in a box and hand it off to someone where it costs you more money in the end to have them organize it and go through it all, when you can just take ownership and do one simple thing each day when it comes to taming your paper trail. So my method for myself in my business is, let's say in March, I went on a business trip to South Carolina. I was at the airport. I had parking, I had meals, I had different expenses for whatever is entailed in traveling. I just when I got that receipt from the, let's say like I ate at the airport, when I got that receipt from the airport checkout, I quick snapped a picture of it because I had to have my phone out anyways to do the Apple Pay. So I just quick snapped a picture of the receipt and I put it in a folder when I was on the plane waiting to take off, or while I was at the gate waiting. I put it in a folder on my iPhone to where it said Myrtle Beach trip 2026 and the dates. So that way I knew when I got home, I could put it into my folder that is automatically uploaded to the Google Cloud. There is also other ways where you can email it. If you have an assistant, email it to your assistant. You can email it to your bookkeeper, upload it to a Google Drive or a Dropbox. I'm not going to say this is not how I work, but some bookkeepers allow you to text them. You can text it to your bookkeeper if that's what you have set up, or your assistant. You can email it to yourself so you have it living in your emails and not on the pictures of your phone, because we always run into that issue of low storage. Email it to yourself and delete the picture when you can. Whichever way works best for you. Taming that paper trail is key to having a proactive bookkeeping system. And it's also key if you want someone to do your books other than you. If you want to have that time freed up so you can grow your sales, you can make your processes more efficient, you can add another tier of service to just up that customer service to your current existing clients, you've got to take something off of your plate. And if you have good receipt management systems set up, you can easily have someone like myself come over and take over your bookkeeping and your receipt management and have that process streamlined so your proactive bookkeeping allows you to make better decisions for your business. The other way is to utilize your Notes app. Utilize your Notes app where you have a folder for each month for your receipts, and then you go in and you just add the images into that folder, and you can either just share that folder with someone on your team or go in and upload it to your Google Drive. I do caution of just keeping all the data on your specific phone because iCloud backups fail. You run out of storage. Phones are easy to get to be stolen or be lost. I love to have backups and copies. So I have it on my phone, and I have my phone backing up to the iCloud, and then I have my Google Drive, and I have certain folders on my Google Drive backing up to Google Photos. So I have backups of backups, and then I also have a backup on my computer where everything is backed up on there. So I caution you against having a system like Notes that is just utilized specifically on your phone. If you're utilizing your notes on the cloud, that's a little bit different if you're backing up your iCloud and you know you're not going to run out of storage. The one system I want you to absolutely not do is the shoebox system. Do not just take your receipt and put it in a folder and not do anything with it until the end of the year. If you have someone coming into your office and doing your books, I'm sure that system is okay, but it's always good to have digital copies because print fades over time. And in 7 years, is that receipt really going to hold up for 7 years, however long you need to hold on to these receipts? I doubt it. So taking a picture of it and also keeping the actual physical receipt is good. But how are you going to store that long term? I personally, in my corporate accounting career, I always took the receipts that the employees brought in, and I kept them. I kept them in a binder, but I also scanned them and saved them on the network. We were utilizing QuickBooks Desktop at that time, so it did not have receipt management. It was all up to us for managing the receipts, but I always scanned those receipts from the expense reports, and I put them not only on the network for that person, for that month, for that year, but I also attached it to their payroll, the payroll that it was processed with. So there were always copies. There were the physical copies and then the two digital copies filed, one to go with that payroll processing journal, and then also with on the network for that employee, for that year, for that company, for that time frame. I encourage you to have a digital paper trail. Whichever method you choose, please do not choose the shoebox. If receipt management and getting good systems for proactive bookkeeping is something that you need within your business, let me know. I am hosting weekly lives where we will body double. You handle your bookkeeping during this scheduled time. I handle my bookkeeping during this scheduled time. We're just holding each other accountable by showing up at the same time on the same day to categorize our transactions. If I got to do it anyways for myself, I'm going to make that opportunity open for you too. We can body double, we can chit chat during our breaks, and then we can just move on with our day. If this is something you don't have time for, I offer tiny bookkeeping services all the way up to full service bookkeeping services.